Ganun-ganun lang pero 25 years na ang Sex and the City! Kaya naman sa spin-off series nila na And Just Like That, mas mababalikan ang mga kwento na minahal natin sa ating mga bida at talagang syempre mga patron saints of women yan sa telebisyon, di ba? Nakausap natin sila, narito ang report. And just like that, ang iconic at pop culture phenomenon noong early 2000s na Sex and the City ay 25 years na. Kaya naman hindi na natin pinalampas ang pagkakataon na magkaroon ng exclusive chikahan with the iconic ladies. Yan ay ang mga bida na sina Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon at Kristen Davis. O mas kilala bilang sina Carrie, Miranda at Charlotte.
The biggest change is the connection that I have been privileged to have with this character, with this show, with this franchise, and with the audience who has been so committed for so long. It is profoundly moving and gratifying and feels very privileged. Women of all sizes and backgrounds and life choices and so I think those conversations that they have in the writing room prior to putting together a season and the arcs for every single character have been really thoughtful and smart and often been touching on topics that are controversial or provocative, but not arbitrarily so and not because of those reasons, but because they are of interest.
It's been just incredible for 25 years to have played this character that so many people love and admire and almost feel like she's a real person.
When they tell you and talk to you, come up to you and say, I'm a Miranda too. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. You know, people often say to me, I'm a Miranda, or I have had men say to me, you know, Miranda is every woman I've ever dated. And, you know, she's just a very, particular type. You find a lot of her, particularly in a big city, outspoken, hard-charging, career woman who is like a ferocious friend.
We've been able to have kind of this global, entrance into things, for instance, philanthropic ideas. I've been able to get involved with the elephants in Kenya and the refugee situation around the world.
At ngayong second season na ng kanilang spin-off series na And Just Like That, patutunayan nila na age is nothing but just a number. Dahil iikot ang kwento sa mga challenges, life choices at adventures ng mga kababaihan in their 50s. Pinakilala rin nila mga badass at new girlfriends nila sa palabas na sina Sarita Chaudhary na single at go-getter bilang si Seema Patel sa show, si Karen Pittman o Dr. Naya Wallace sa show na recently divorced and wala pang anak.
The show has such an extraordinary legacy for telling stories for women. Just seeing these women who have told this story for so long, really celebrated, was such a joy.
Sa second season, iniwan naman ni Miranda ang asawa para sa komedyanteng si Che Diaz na umani ng mixed reactions mula sa fans.
And when I first accepted the job, I knew that Che was going to, impact Miranda in a way that was going to lead her to question her marriage to Steve. And I love the character of Steve. And the actor David who plays him, we had a good time laughing during the table reads going, oh man, people are going to really react to this one.
Pero may paglilinaw naman si Cynthia sa life decisions ng kanyang karakter na si Miranda.
I love them both, but I'm team Miranda. I'm team Miranda, and I think that what we see is, yes, Miranda falls in love with Che and leaves her husband, but what we really see is Miranda choosing herself.
Ngayong second season, magbabalik din ang ilang key characters ng Sex and the City. Nauna nang naibalita ang possible cameo ni Kim Cattrall, aka The Iconic, Samantha Jones. Pero ang isa pang aabangan, ang paboritong boyfriend ng fans para kay Carrie na si Aidan Shaw, na ginosting noon ni Carrie matapos nitong mag-propose. Pero magbabalik na si Aidan sa buhay ni Carrie ngayon. Aidan is back. Oh my gosh, we're so happy about that. How was it?
Michael Patrick shared that with me months and months in advance of, of getting back to that writer's room for season 2, and I was excited. I mean, it made sense to me why those two find one another again, and that is a rich relationship that is, complicated. People have a lot of feelings about whether they are good for one another or not. But the one thing that is good for me is that it means I get to work with John Corbett again. You never know.
Mapapanood na ngayong araw ang And Just Like That Season 2 sa HBO Max.
Sariwang balita ba ang hanap mo? Simple lang. I-click mo na ang subscribe button at ang notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga balitang dapat mong malaman.